My dad goes, dude, this is ample. And he goes, well, we're the American Food Legal Group or something, and we just represent those products, but we're independent. And my dad said, see that door? He said, don't let it hit you in the butt on the way out. And I remember that 9 years old, looking up to my dad and seeing his reaction to being deceived, to being completely controlled and manipulated. He didn't like it, I didn't like it. So growing up, my dad taught us two things: go get an education, go get a good job, and give back to your community, Salem, Utah. So that's what I was set off to do. And when I was working at Covey, that's what I believed I was going to do. But when I had this health transformation by alkalizing my body, I wanted to share it with who? The world. I had no vehicle. And I went to my mentor, my boss, Dave Fairbanks, and I said, hey, can I take this product to some of our clientele? And he says, not really a good idea. I said, look, it's nutrition versus training. Not a good idea. And I kept pressing him and pressing him. Finally, he said, do it on your own time and your own dollar. Don't bother me again. So I did. And I'm not going to tell you the company, but I went to a company that does not lose. You guys all know them well. This company, if they take your product and they don't sell it, they ship it back to you with a 10% surcharge. They never lose. They make 10% whether it comes in or goes out, period. The owner of this company and founder is on the 400 richest men in the world list, 20.5 billion, 20.5 billion, 20.5 billion, 5 generations deep. He made Bill Gates and Buffett and Gates look like silly fish. But he never got recognized for it because he shared the wealth with his family. So when you looked at the richest people in the world list, it had his aunt, his mom, his sister, his kids. And he set them up for 12 generations financially for the rest of their lives, right? So I look at this, and the guy tells me, one of my friends, he says, Dan, I will bankrupt you in 90 days. All I wanted to do is take what I've learned about alkalizing the body and give it to the world. I didn't even care if there was thin margins. I didn't care about making millions of dollars. I just wanted to get the story out. And he said, Dan, I'll bankrupt you in 90 days. Well, I got depressed because he was right. And I couldn't have made it. This guy didn't lose. And none of those other companies do either. So as I looked at it, I got really depressed again. And that's when my life changed forever. Fully changed. Same mentor, same boss, Dave Fairbanks. Came to me not 10 days later, and he said, Dan, we want you to do something we've never done before. And at Covey, that's a big thing, man. You're excited because at Covey, that means get out of the box. Something cool's about to happen. He said, we want you to go consult in network marketing companies on personal growth and development issues. And my jaw literally almost hit the table. Here's Stephen Covey, who I have God, my dad, Covey, etc., right? And here's a man that's going to put his name behind the MLM industry and ruin his life. I couldn't believe it. I was flabbergasted, and I'll never forget what that mentor said. He said, Dan, there's 6.5 million full-time networkers out there that need our help, and they're good people just like Marty Holker. And he started naming people off. And I said, they are good people, aren't they? And he says, go do your job. So I did. I jumped on an airplane October the 11th of 1995, flew down to New Vision in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm going through this plant, I'm doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden, this gentleman that's taking me on the tour takes me to the warehouse, and I'm not seeing product, but I see pallets and pallets of tapes. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. Get rich now, ask me how, shoot to the top, whatever that crap is, right? We all know it takes hard work. So I walk over and I look at the tape, and guess what the title of the tape is? Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Now remember, I've come off my own health, right? I'm now a believer in natural products, lotions and potions. I'm believing in them now because I've had results. So I go over and I say to the guy, can I listen to that tape? He says, no problem. I listened to the tape. And I was convinced after listening to that tape, if I did not get on the pyruvate product of New Vision, I was going to die. I was convinced of it. It was that convincing. And I could see why they were one of the fastest growing companies in the world. Now I share that with you because that took me through 18 other companies. My last one being the launch of Big Planet for New Skin International. And I'm sitting there with Kevin Doman, who's the founder of Big Planet. And I'm seeing the limos pull up, and the CEO of UUNet and Sun Microsystems, and all these guys are showing up at Salt Palace, and it's unbelievable. But I'm not seeing anything really connected. And my job was just to promote personal growth and development online. You could go purchase, empower yourself, which is great, and get paid for it. So I was excited. And I learned a lot. In those experiences, let me tell you what I learned. I met 85-year-old women, happy. And I'd say, why are you so happy, ma'am? She said, Dan, I don't have pain in I have no more arthritic pain. And every Wednesday night, I go to the Cracker Barrel restaurant. And I meet with people like Kahimi, who are half my age, who love me. And I said, so really, ma'am, what you're telling me is you're there for the social benefit and the product. That's correct. Then I'd go down to Phoenix and I'd see guys that were 20, 21 years old. Women, 20, 21 years old. And I'd say, why are you guys so happy? And they'd say, because I'm making $2,000 a month at prepaid legal, or $2,000 a month at Excel Telecommunications. And instead of flipping burgers at Wendy's for $5 an hour, I'm getting my education at Arizona State University. And that inspired me. And my paradigm of this industry started to slowly shift. And I realized right then and there I could do this bigger and better than anybody. Not because of me, because I was willing to study and research and understand what was going on. So what I did is I did just that. I went home and I looked up the top 27 companies in network marketing history that have made $100 million and stayed on the list 10 years or longer. That was my criteria. Kind of like Marty Holker's. The company had to have A, B, C, D, and E lined up or he wasn't going to look at it. I looked at them because I wanted to know why their comp plans have made it. And I studied them ad nauseum to where I want to throw up. And what I realized was that I had an opportunity to change the paradigm and offer the same type of behavior, but reward you for sponsoring the very people you love the most and making sure they succeed, right? That's networking. And then I looked at product development and I said to myself, I can't come out with a juice. I can't come out with a fruit. It's already penetrated the marketplace. I've got to come out with a technology. I've got to come out with something that absorbs in the human body and gets results. And so I've done that since 1999. Once I had everything put together, did a study on the industry. That's a 2-hour conversation. I'm going to tell you in a nutshell what it was. I want to know why network marketing was a multi-billion-dollar industry with a poor reputation. I want to know the truth. And what this guy did is one of the founders there was a guy named Dave Cohen. His brother Vaughn had done the study, and what he said was pretty remarkable. He said, Dan, there's a guy in a suit, clean cut, shares his passion about God, says to you, send your money to God's church and be saved on a big telemarketing deal or a TV show. We all pull out our checkbook, write a check, and send it to God. And we're supposed to be showered with blessings, right? People did it on the emotion of what? Fear of damnation, fear of hell. They want to go to heaven. So they did. Then he flipped the channel, he had a telemarketer. He's calling up somebody in Honolulu, he's 85 years old, says, ma'am, your Social Security running out? Yes. What if we could set up 18 vending machines around Waikiki for you that make $18 a week a machine, and we'll give you a personal coach, but it's only going to cost you $7,500. And that beautiful old lady says, yeah, I'm real worried about my Social Security. And so what'd she do? She authorized them to get a credit card, get it for $7,500. She never heard from them again. They put the 18 machines out, and she's 85. She doesn't know what to do, right? She did it on the emotion of what? Fear of loss. She said that no different in network marketing is now you put Mr. Higginson in front of a room in Hawaii, and he preys on your emotions of all of that. Health, wealth, spiritual damnation, all of it, right? Well, I'm here to tell you why Synergy's different. I'm not here with hype. I'm not going to jump up on this table and do the rah-rah. I don't do that. I don't believe in it. What I will tell you is I'm very passionate about what we have. I launched this company on February the 18th of 1999. We went from 0 to 1.8 million a month in Japan. People always say, Dan, why'd you go to Japan first? Number one, I was told that I had a 1 in 311 chance of making it 2 years. That's less than 0.3% chance of making it 2 years. Okay, that's not even 1%. Number two,